A lot of us, I think, rightfully believe that the single biggest hindrance, the single biggest enemy of progress and improvement in the WWE product is Vincent K. McMahon. A lot of us, again, rightfully, I think, believe that the biggest hurdle and obstacle that newer faces have to overcome in order to try and ascend up the platform, up the ladder to the top of the WWE is also Vincent K. McMahon. And the single biggest thing holding the company as a whole back is also Vincent K. McMahon. And as I'm watching what's been going on here the past few weeks, I have to really ask this question. Does Vince McMahon hate Roman Reigns? Because when I look and see what has gone on and occurred with Roman Reigns since he returned from his injury and even during his time when he was out, it just reeks and screams of Vincent K. McMahon. And while at one point in time in history that would have been a good thing, a great thing, perhaps a tremendous money-making thing, that is not necessarily any longer the case. And it most certainly doesn't seem to be the case when it comes to Roman Reigns. It is literally like Vince McMahon is doing everything he can to sabotage this guy. And the sad thing is, not even intentionally sabotage this guy. Like Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn, his right-hand butt buddy, actually legitimately think that the things they are currently doing with Roman Reigns are good, and that this is getting him ready to win the Royal Rumble and go on to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 31 and become that next top guy. Holy Christ. I understand that Roman Reigns isn't the biggest flipper and kicker in the world, so some segment of the audience that only gets off on that shit no matter what they say is never fully going to get behind Roman Reigns. I understand that. He doesn't have to be necessarily for everybody, even though it would be nice if they had somebody that was for everybody. I also understand, too, that he doesn't come from a long, proud, independent wrestling background, spending years on the indie scene where he built up a name and a reputation. He doesn't have that going for him, and some segment of the audience is never going to latch on to and gravitate to him because of that. And again, I understand that. I also understand that there's a certain segment of the audience that somewhat maybe rightfully so feels that Roman Reigns is only getting pushed because of how he looks and how big he is, and it's more of the same muscle mark BS from Vince McMahon in the WWE. And again, I understand why that segment of the audience would think that way. But you would think that somebody like Vince McMahon and the WWE masterminds, if you will, would understand that these are barriers and these are hurdles and obstacles that they have to overcome. You would have to think you would understand that you want to get behind this guy and you seem to sort of believe in this guy and envision big things for this guy. Wouldn't you want to do everything you could, everything imaginable, everything possible to put this guy in the best possible situations to succeed so that way he could fulfill what you feel is his mass potential and become that next top guy? So why in the hell are we entering him into a program with the Big Show? The Big Show is starting to become like Kane in the fact that he's a heat sucker, meaning that anything that he touches, he sucks all the heat and life out of. Furthermore, we have decided all of a sudden to give Roman Reigns these most asinine and ridiculous of clearly Kevin Dunn and Vince McMahon scripted promos. I mean, these are bad. We've got this guy using Superman phrases and talking about suffering succotash and talking about Jack and the fucking giant beanstalk. What else is he going to talk about next? We are taking what should be a buttoned-down, serious, badass dude that has no fear, doesn't back down from anybody, takes no prisoners, takes no shit type of monster babyface that we so desperately need in the WWE product today that comes in, doesn't say much. When he does, it's powerful, impactful, means something. He kicks ass, moves the fuck on, to a guy now who's trying to have fun. A guy who's saying incredibly dumb, corny shit. And we thought guys like Sheamus and John Cena as babyfaces said incredibly corny and dumb shit. Look at what the fuck they've got Roman Reigns fucking saying. Thuffer and thuckatash. That's the way that we envision building a fucking top guy. Is by having him utter stupid phrases that Sylvester the Cat used 50 damn years ago to become a second-rate player on the Looney Tunes. is we're having him say suffering succotash. What the fuck? It literally, legitimately to me, seems like Vince McMahon is out to ruin his company. It seems like to me he hates Roman Reigns, hates everything about him and what he represents, and hates everything that he's involved with, and therefore he's doing everything that he can to ruin the fucking guy. It'd be so sad if it wasn't so damn true. And the really sad and true thing about this is that I firmly believe that Vince is thinking, and Kevin Dunn is thinking right along with him because of firm lip-to-ass contact, that they are doing everything right with Roman Reigns and they are going to make him a big, huge monster star in 2015, when anything couldn't be further from the fucking truth. If you're going to rocket ship a guy, then at least rocket ship a guy the right fucking way. For those in the segment of the audience that don't like the rocket ship treatment, they didn't have any fucking problems with Brock Lesnar getting it in 2002. When you do it right, it can work and work well. But if you half-ass it and you screw it up, it's going to come across like a force and it's going to look stupid. Kind of like what I thought you did with Randy Orton in 2004. And then you forced him, and then all of a sudden, as soon as you finally got him to that spot, you fucking backed off of him and tried to sabotage him. And now here we are. We're getting Roman Reigns potentially ready for a big-time spot. You know that there's starting to be some momentum, at least percolating on the internet, going against Roman Reigns. And this shit here is doing absolutely nothing to help it. Absolutely nothing. You can sit there and talk about Roman Reigns not being ready all you fucking want. You can sit there and talk about the fact that you think he's being handed the silver spoon, that he's getting this and he's getting that. But what the fuck is he getting if he's getting promos handed to him where he's got to talk about Jack and the fucking Beanstalk and he's got to talk about suffering succotash and he's got to sit there and talk about Superman phrases? What the fuck opportunity is he being given? This is how stupid Vince McMahon has become. And this is how much of a cancer he's become to his WWE product. Is even the guy that he looks at and sees future big money in, or maybe Triple H does, whatever, and maybe that's the problem. Triple H sees it more than Vince does, so Vince doesn't like that, so he's going to fuck with the guy. I don't damn know. I don't think Vince fucking knows, a senile old fuck. You take a look at Roman Reigns, there is potential there. There is money-making power there. And it's like this asshole is doing everything he possibly can to ruin that. What type of good businessman would sit there and intentionally sabotage his future revenue streams? I guess the same guy that advocates mocking people for paying full price for a pay-per-view when they could just get the same shit on the WWE Network for a fifth of the price at $9.99 a month. The same guy that sits there and says nobody has grabbed for the brass ring since John Cena because he hasn't let anybody else grab for the brass ring. And when he does have that happen, he sits there and makes sure there are consequences and repercussions for the actions, and he smacks down the face of defiance. What a joke. So for all of you that sit there and want to hate on Roman Reigns, and all of you that want to shit on Roman Reigns, and you want to talk about the fact that he's not ready. Well, frankly, in this company, who the fuck is ready? Especially when they're handed bullshit like this. The best thing you can do with Roman Reigns is don't have him say a fucking thing. Just have him be arrive, ass kick, leave, repeat. It's nature that wrestling fans want something new and something fresh, especially at this point in time. And even if they thought that a Dean Ambrose was a better option, or they want to see Daniel Bryan, or they want to see Seth Rollins, I think at the end of the day, they might gravitate towards Roman Reigns, especially if you get them reasons to gravitate to Roman Reigns. Having them sitting there talking about Jack and the fucking Beanstalk and getting into a feud with fucking Big Show ain't going to accomplish any of those damn things. All it's going to do is sabotage another potential huge revenue stream for the WWE. And I guess that's the goal all along. So that makes me legitimately think that Vince McMahon hates Roman Reigns, he hates us as fans, and most importantly of all, he hates fucking sports entertainment. Because watching this crap and watching what he's doing with Roman Reigns, what else could you possibly think? This guy is out of touch. This guy has lost it. I mean, he's personally taking a hand in it. That's disaster. And no wonder the fans aren't gravitating to Roman Reigns. They're sure as fuck not being given any reason to.